Good morning. Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. Hey, Sue, how are you? Are you ready to get artsy? I sure am. Hey, Carol. Hi, Carmen. I hope everybody has checked out Carmen's amazing card and banner on my blog, where she shares all the supplies that she uses, but she also encourages you to use stuff from your own stash. That's what she did. Good morning, Keels. And she, and her imagination is second to none. I'm just gonna say it. Hey, Laura. How you doing? I have, so Jeff and I started to watch Peaky Blinders. Has anybody watched that? Oh my gosh, it's so intense. But you're just hooked. Once you get through that first episode, I mean, it's dark and I still have to watch a Seinfeld or Everybody Loves Raymond before I can go to bed. But super, super good. Like, so good. Did you? That's so cool, Laura. Oh, I love that we just spread our love around, don't you? It's brutal. I haven't watched all of it. We just started it last night. I know, Kath, I know. It's so crazy. Like, we started to watch it last night and we stayed up. If you know us, you know we are in bed between like 9 and 9:30 every night. We stayed up till like almost midnight, just crazy binging that show, honestly. Anyway, I digress. So I have some stuff to talk to you about, like reminders. I tried to put as much as I could in the email, but you know, every time I hit send, then I go, oh, I forgot to say this or that or whatever. So just know that, you know what? We haven't even gotten to the Tom Hardy stuff yet. But I looked it up online and I was like, Jeff, Tom Hardy's in it. I know. Well, I think in general, Tom Hardy is a little bit hard to understand. Oh, and that's funny coming from you, Miss Catherine. So for the giveaway, remember that every printable that you purchase, you earn an entry into the giveaway drawing. And so if you buy 4 art printables, then your name goes in 4 times. If you buy, and classes are 2 points. So if you purchased 2 classes, then your name will go in 4 times. Do you understand my logic? Anyway, I'm so excited because I'm giving away some stamps. I'm giving away some gift certificates. I am so excited. It's the first time I've ever done a giveaway. So I'm really excited about it. I think it'll be super fun. Oh, Sherry, we watched the English game too. That's good too. Holy tamale. The amount of TV we have all watched during this pandemic is crazy, isn't it? I will say that both Whimsical Lettering and Let's Get Artsy with Our Bibles, the signups are on my website. So you can sign up for both of those. And the private Facebook groups. Remember that once you sign up, you need to go to Facebook and type in the name of the class, which is going to be exactly the name of the group, which is going to be exactly the name of the class. I tried to keep it as simple and easy as possible. We watched The Dig too. God, I'm just getting to the point of like embarrassing myself at how much TV we watch. Plowing through Spiral ATM. Oh, we'll have to look for that. We will. And know that you can sign up for any of my classes at any time. If it's on my website, then you can go back. You can sign up and take part in it, and we will. I will try and engage as much as possible. I go in and out. I go in and out of all those groups throughout the week. So anyway, let's see. Today we're going to revisit one of the, hi Steph, how are you? Hi Barb and Jan, good morning. You live near the dig. Oh, fascinating. You know what? That's so fascinating because there was something that they said, and Jeff and I both looked at each other and thought, we were there. That's so funny. We can hardly wait to come back, Kath. We talk about it all the time. We just got to get our stinking shots. But we're way down the line, so whatever. So today we're going to revisit, hi Teresa. We're going to revisit one of the artists that we studied previously. And I just feel like it's a way to, we went through them all so fast last year, didn't we? And I feel like it's a great way to dig a little deeper or try something again, to play with that technique again. And this gives us permission to do that, right? So the artist that we are going to revisit today, just a sec, I gotta open up is Paul Klee. So if you'll remember, when we studied him the first time, he was one of our first artists that we studied. If you'll remember, we, let me see if I can find my Paul Klee section of my art journal. I remember I did 3 things, and I think you guys probably did too, because we really loved him. So I thought, oh yay, I was so glad that you guys all voted to do him again. Okay, so remember that he did Cat and Bird. And he did this alphabet, I don't know that he did an alphabet, but he did do a, like poems, I believe, or like, sentiments or quotes that were meaningful to him. And then remember this, I totally want to do it again. I want to do it again. So, this was one of my favorite things I did all of last year. So, and for this one, I remember I put down some old ledger paper that I had. Oh my God, I love old ledgers. I just love them. So, I'm just going to start to read to you from my notes. It was fun to dig back and grab my notes and, talk about, just revisit him. And so here we go. So he was the master of color and line. And I almost put that into, my description this morning on my, Instagram post, that he was a master of color and line, but I figured you'd probably guess him. He liked to paint in a grid formation and used simple shapes. So that's what I'm going to do today. I want to do a grid. Remember, so I kind of want to combine this and this. That's kind of what's in my head. He was inspired by the warm, sunny colors of Africa. So I feel like I want to do warm colors. But I don't know, by the time I get back around to this, it might be all cool colors. But I want to stick with one or the other because I did everything on this one. I just want to kind of explore some new things. He painted many of his paintings at home on his kitchen table, which is why they are small. So isn't that so funny? Because here I am at my kitchen table. He's now considered one of the most inventive artists of the 20th century. He loved to experiment and explore color and loved using color to express how he felt. He loved watercolors but tried all kinds of mediums and liked to play with combining them. A line is a dot that went for a walk. That's the quote, and I swear I thought I had written it on one of my paintings, but I didn't. So I really want to do that today. Oh, I remember this. Paul Klee is a great example of how you can attain mastery of any subject through practice and study, even if you think you aren't naturally talented. He loved colors. He thought he wasn't good at it, but persevered, and the results are there for all to see. So I think that just hammers home the idea that we just need to keep at it, right? And I feel like that's why I'm so excited about this year's artist study, that we get to delve in a little deeper and not just play with that technique once, but revisit it. Like, now that you have all of that vast knowledge of all of these different artists, how much more enjoyable it's gonna be. Not that it wasn't enjoyable the first time, but oh my god, you kind of know them more now, and you know, we're just gonna have ourselves a time. He painted about his dreams. So here is the greatest thing that I'm super excited to talk about, is that that color theory was inspired by Paul Klee. The exercises on warm and cool, complementary colors, and primary colors. So he had a famous, one of his paintings, and then he kind of did a series of these, of cityscapes, but they were all quite, like this, real, kind of grid based. So, Castle in the Sun, I think that was that's what this one was based on. Castle in the Sun. So let's see if I can find it on my iPad. So, this highways and byways, I love that. Look at that. And it's just a series of, it's just a grid of that is quite organic and quite, can you guys see it? Here's one of his cityscapes. Do you see how it's just shapes, right? And one circle. One circle. I love that. Just that one round shape juxtaposed to all of these quite angular shapes. I love that. I love that. But look at this. This one is super cool too, right? Like totally different and totally, but this one looks like he has something underneath too. This time, sorry, I'm getting little messages on here. This one's pretty, isn't it? Where it's like teal and black and white, and then all the shades in between. So, moonshine. Look at this one. So cool. This one's nice too. primary root and bypasses. So I'm really digging, like this style right here, I am really loving, and I really feel like I want to play with that a little bit. And you'll see that, so he's all these highways and byways, so to speak. And then he has lines across for the sky. Cool. So that's kind of where I'm going. So I feel like let's just get started. So I'm feeling like you could go this way, or you could go this way, or you could go this way, right? And remember that he had a really simple way to draw the cat. Does anybody remember that? I know that kitty face is so cute, isn't it? Hi, Renee. Hi, Dawn. How are you? So I feel like I want to keep my Paul Klee kind of in the same, you can, I want to kind of keep it in the same area. So I can either do it on the back of here or the back of here. I think I'm going to do over here. So I was fiddling around with some ideas of, I grabbed a pencil and a ruler. So I think I'm just going to start to make like kind of a wonky grid on this side. That's what I feel like. Oh, I have a big fat question. So the other day, I got a box from Amazon, which is absolutely not unusual at all. But I opened it and it wasn't something that I had ordered. So it's so beautiful. But I would like to thank whoever got it for me. I've asked my family. I've asked, could someone tell me who sent this beautiful box to me? Oh my gosh, look at it. It is so beautiful. You know, if you know me, you know I love me some Frida. I just loved her. Well, number one, she loved to paint flowers. Number two, she was just a girl's girl, you know? So there's, oops, where's my, so there's art everywhere. Keely, thank you, my sweet. Oh my gosh, there was no note. There was no note. But look at how, oh my gosh. And now I can't decide what I want to put in it. All right, I digress. I guess we should get back to painting. Keely, my heart skips a beat for you. It skips a beat for you. So what is everybody else going to do? Are you feeling like you want to do the cityscape? Are you God, I know, but I love Amazon. So are you feeling like you want to do the cityscape? Are you feeling like you want to do, he loved painting in grids. Like he was all about grids. And so I feel like I really want to, isn't it, Jan? I'm so excited. I was like, oh, what pens could I put in there? So he was all about grids. So this is a kind of a cool technique. I feel like I want to do this again too. I don't even remember what I wrote. The bright, blessed day, the dark, sacred night. Oh my gosh. Now I remember. Now I remember. What a wonderful world. That was the song that I walked down the aisle to. And I remember I painted this with my hydrocolors because it's very sparkly and shimmery. So I feel like I really want to do this again. That was a super fun experiment in colors and like I remember really having to think about what I was going to put next to each other and counting out my squares, you know, so that it would fit my whole, what I wanted to say. Anyway, I think separation in the evening, would it be, you can do whatever you want. Oh my gosh, Jan, let's just paint together. So I think I'm gonna do kind of a wonky grid over here. Where's my pencil? How about everybody else? Are you doing, I really liked that, I think I want to, I know this seems kind of weird, but I want to do that center. I really liked that. And then, like that, some skinnies. I love that I have one little piece of vintage ledger paper over here. I love that. Hey, Kath, how are you? Oh, I miss you like mad. Someday I'll get back to the city. Ugh. So Kathy and I have known each other like pretty much my whole adult life. So Kath, we're talking about Paul Klee. So that's who we're kind of studying today. So I want to do, so he was all about the grid. So let's, but I liked, I remember I picked this, the ledger paper because it was fun to follow the lines that were already there. And I loved painting on top of all of that old handwriting. 35, seriously, how is that even possible? Kathy. But I remember we just, oh my gosh, we just hit it off immediately. We did. We're both quite artsy and gosh, we just, oh my gosh, we had a time. And we were broke as a joke back then, but we still had ourselves a time. So I'm going to do some skinny lines, I think. I really like that. There's something about filling like a little space with color. Do you know what I mean? Like these little tiny, I want to make them all different sizes. Like some skinny, some thicker. Hi, Kathy and Kathy. And Kathy. So I feel like, do I want to do warm colors or cool colors? I'm really kind of thinking about cool colors now. I was so set on warm colors this morning. That's the thing, isn't it? You can just pick, you can just change your mind whenever you want. On a whim. That is the beauty of art, right? The only, you know, we're only constrained by the limits of our own creativity. That's for sure. maybe I want to fit that whole piece in there. So I'm anxious to see what everybody else does. I just want to get started painting. So I'm going to grab some water, which I forgot, and then we'll just start. So I did want to talk to you about Klee loved watercolors, and that's, you know, that's my jam. But he also liked to layer with other mediums. And so today I thought I could introduce you to something that I don't know, you know, if you already have these or if you've already heard of them, then, you know, just act like you never heard it before and just be kind. But what I wanted to talk to you about is woodies. Has anybody played with these before? They are available at Papercraft Clubhouse in Connecticut. But they are the coolest medium. Okay, so here's the thing. They even come with their own pencil sharpener. They're 3-in-1. So they are a crayon. They are, so they're like a colored pencil. They're like a crayon, and they're like watercolors. So, here we go. Hi, Stacy. How are you? So we have... So I'm going to add some color. Remember that I'm on kind of a mixed media background, so I don't have as much wiggle room with water as I would if I were on watercolor paper, but that's okay, right? I just play with other. So I just laid down some color. Let's see what we can do with some water. If we can move that around a little bit. There we go. So the cool thing about this is that you can, about these is that you can, like I said, you can use them like watercolor paint, just like this. And then you can also, you could come back and enhance with these like a colored pencil, right? You could, hi Rennie, how are you? Oh, Jan, I haven't tried the clean color dots. I have all the clean colors, but I've been kind of tempted by them. Let me know what you think. Oh, cool, cool, cool. I'm anxious to see what you kind of come up with. Another cool thing with these is that you can layer them on top of each other, right? So we could come in with this darker blue and do the end. And just kind of, you remember, I'm trying to think what the medium was. We've kind of done so many. But remember, it's like you almost you need to work it until it kind of breaks, right? And then you're going to get a nice blend. I don't remember what that was. Holy tamale. We've done so much, haven't we? But like had the very best time. So I'm just going to keep applying some color. I was feeling like I wanted to do watercolor and then the woodies, but maybe I want to just do my woodies. I know, don't you love them, Rennie? And they last forever. You know me. I will spend money on a nice artistic tool, but I want it to be something that I can use a lot, and I want it to be something that that's going to last a long time and that has multiple purposes and that I can use in many different ways. And it's water soluble. That's my jam. That's my jam. So I want to do maybe the darker blue right here. But let's see what happens if we don't apply quite as much color. It's all about experimentation, isn't it? So see, it just kind of melts under your brush. And that's kind of fun. I mean, and the cool thing is, when I did this nod to Paul Klee, my mark making was kind of already done for me, right? Because of the vintage ledger paper. But this one, I can make my own mark making on top. So think about that. I know, I'm all about that. I'm all about that, Rennie, to like pull the color in. I just feel like it's, I don't know. I'm a thrifty girl. I can't help myself. So The Cat and the Bird, that's one of his most famous paintings. Hi, Kim and Janice. How are you? I'm so excited to have so many people here today. So the alphabet, remember I told you the alphabet. I love that this one, let's talk about this a little bit, that he created this grid, and then he has a famous alphabet painting. And his, there we go. He used the letters from a poem to create shapes and negative space that he then filled with color. So, I did 1 by 1. It says to do a 2 by 2, but that must be if you have a giant, if you have a giant art journal. I have just a regular, this size from Diane Reevely. So that was super fun. That was a really fun exercise, and I think I want to do it again over here. I just don't know exactly what I want to do. What I want to do. Oh, I just saw a place where I had to put 2 letters in one box. Anyway, super fun. Super, super fun. Oh, and then the kitty cat. The Cat and the Bird. That was a super fun one to do too. Let's see. What else can I tell you about Mr. Klee? He was born in 1879 and he died in 1940. He was very musical. He was inspired by music and children's art. And that sounds very familiar because I am too. Let's see. So I wonder if we do this one dark. If we get a nice, let's see what happens. Yep. Look at how pretty that is. Lovely. And I don't want this to feel perfect, right? So I'm just going to oh, it is snowy up there. Green Bay. Holy smokes. Green Bay is that's a cool place. I have some family in Green Bay. So how's Colorado this morning, Miss Kim? Are you cold this morning, or are you... I think I'm going to just start to... Yeah. Yes, it is Arctic-like. I've been there. I grew up in Michigan. So you know what's so crazy though? When you're a kid and you grow up in that cold, you don't know any different, you know? We swam in Lake Superior every summer, honest to Pete, and loved it. We were so excited. And now I don't want to get in my, Ashwaubenon. Is that right? Let me know if that's right. I think I want to just do some random squares with color. You know what? That's Chippewa country, and that's the tribe my father is from. So, and I think that's a Chippewa. I think that's an Ojibwe word. You know what I'm kind of feeling like now? Like I kind of am liking, I don't want to, break up all of the markings that my Woody made, because I'm kind of feeling like that's kind of a cool, look at this, like I'm really feeling like that's kind of a cool, I like that little bit of texture that's there. So I'm just gonna keep coloring. How about everybody else? How are you doing? You know what, I do wanna, I know this is kind of a green. Well, I did say I was gonna do cool colors, didn't I? Look at that, so pretty. I love that little skinny line right there. That's cool. So now I'm feeling like maybe I want this to be really, isn't that crazy, Renee? Do you guys typically have so much snow? Hi, Lori. How are you? Second Lori. Like now I'm feeling like I want to create kind of this rough blend, right? And then maybe I'll go over the blocks of color with my woodies again to create even more texture. I'm really digging that. I mean, I think that's just it, right? We can just continue to So did you, you painted first, Sherry? And then you're going to draw a grid over? And you can do whatever you ding dang please, right? If you're doing the alphabet one, I found that I remember I used a Sharpie because I painted my squares and then, like, I drew out my grid and then I painted my squares and then I waited for those to dry and then I did my letters on top of that. I probably did them with a pencil first because, you know, that's just how I roll. But the Sharpie, you know, a Sharpie goes over pretty much anything. So, like, my final step was the Sharpie. And I remember it was a little, I am not using watercolor paper. I am using, this is it's called a Creative Journal by Diane Reevely. And, you know, I'm just like everybody else. I'm using a lot of what I have. I mean, it's not like I don't call stores and order stuff because, you know, I'm all about supporting the independent stores. Like I said, these the Woodies are available from Papercraft Clubhouse in Connecticut. And Tracy and her gang are I'm telling you, they're the best. They are the best. And they don't just carry typical card making and scrapbooking products. They also delve into the artsy world a little bit too. Oh my gosh, that's so cool, Sherry. I love that you have that. Oh, I love that. I love that. My vintage journal my ledger is, I bought it at a flea market in the middle of Texas. And I remember my friends were like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I have a vision. I know what I'm going to do with that." You know what I mean? I feel like it might be kind of cool to mix some watercolors and this. And then, like I said, so I feel like it might be kind of cool to layer some more, get some more marks on here. Remember, the higher up you hold your, oh, look at that, it looks like the ocean. Maybe I'll just stick with the Woodies. The blendability, seriously, it's so cool. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Diane. How are you? Oh my gosh. Would you please? Oh my gosh, Kath. Any of that old ephemera receipts and all of that. Oh my gosh, I just love it. Because I just think about that person the whole time, you know? So I feel like I need to just quit talking so much and start applying some color, more color. But I like to do both equally, talk and make art, so, you know. Stop! That's so funny. That's so funny, Kath. And Peter wrote overspent, or Sylvia wrote overspent. I'm glad they don't do my books. They would be like, honest to Pete, Anne. How do I only have 15 minutes left? How is that possible, you guys? It always goes so fast, doesn't it? Thanks, Keels. I appreciate it. It sounds like Peter. Oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun. How about you guys? I hope that everybody is paying tribute to Mr. Klee and creating something in his honor, paying homage to him and his love of color and line. And just keeps building on it. I mean, this is kind of a little bit more time-consuming style of art, right? I love that, like I'm really liking creating all those lines and hoping that they kind of show through a little bit, and layering and layering and layering, you know. Hey, Lenora, how are you? It is meditative, isn't it? Oh, I did want to talk about last month. Remember we did Romero Brito. Here's my, I think I'm finished. I keep hemming and hawing about going over this section of heart. I don't know. Because I've left all of this white, I feel like maybe I should fill this and the background here, but I haven't decided. But holy smokes, he was sure fun to play with, wasn't he? His style was just bright and fun and just vibrant. Anyway, I thought I'd talk about that. So if you have not already, if you are new here and you don't follow me, please follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Corbiere-Scott Designs. And then once you followed and liked me, be sure to ask to join the private Facebook group, Let's Get Artsy with Corbiere-Scott. One of the questions there is, the third question is if you want to keep abreast of what's happening in the artsy world of Corbiere-Scott Designs. And I ask for your email, and that way you can get on my distribution list and kind of be in the know of what's going on here. But I did want to say, in the Let's Get Artsy with Corbiere-Scott private Facebook group, there is a poll of artists that we want to revisit. So if you haven't already done that, please be sure to go over there and look at the artists that we've already studied and vote for ones that you want to study again. There's so many. There's so many. There's so many. So be sure to check that out. And remember, if you see something that you really like on Instagram, to use the little ribbon icon in the lower right corner. That saves it, like, so you're going to create an album like Instagram. And so that's a cool tool to have, because you know, when you're scrolling through Instagram, sometimes you're like, oh, that's cool, I'll come back to it, and then you can't find it. If you take that second and you just hit that little ribbon banner in the lower right corner. You'll save it and you'll be so glad you did. And you do have the option to create many different albums within your all of your saved bits and pieces. Like you could do one that's recipes and one that's home interior and one that's art inspiration. I don't know, one that's blueberries if you love blueberries and all the blueberry things you can find on Instagram. I mean, that's the thing about Instagram and Facebook, isn't it? Like you can find so much inspiration, and Pinterest, right? You can, if you're a quilter, you can find so many cool things. And I will say that I wouldn't call myself a quilter, but I love fabric and I love texture and design and colors. And so I find lots of inspiration there too. Where was it? Oh, I want to put some more green, I think. I'm going to have to change this color somehow because I put it right beside another green. I wonder what will happen if I do this. Let's see. Who knows? Oh, look at that. Well, now I'm going to have to do that a bunch more times. So look at that pretty color. Right? That's pretty. What was the other thing? Oh, remember that on Tuesday I'm going to have some brand new art, a brand new art principle, and well, who knows? Let's do some of this brighter green. That's kind of a see what that does to the overall feel of everything. If it brightens things up, if it, yep, I'm digging that. Look at this row. I only have one blue thing. How did that happen? I don't know. Oh, Jan, I'm anxious to see. And that's the other cool thing about the private Facebook group. That's where we all share what we've created, and that is the best, because I will just tell you that we have the most kind, caring, what's the word I'm looking for? Encouraging community there. My big rule is no meanies allowed. And it's a place to share all things artsy, and Corbiere-Scott designs artsy. So it can be this, it can be cards that you made with my art printables, it can be whatever you want. I mean, each class that I teach has its own private Facebook group, but if you feel so inclined, you can certainly share whatever you want, as long as it's nice and has something to do with my business, because, you know, I do have to make a nickel. You guys, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, Laura, I'm so glad you're here. And you know what? I'm loving going over the artist again. I'm feeling like it's a great way to just delve a little deeper. And because we're doing this class once a month now instead of every week, I feel like it buys us some time to um, to like take that time and savor the colors and your process and the artist, and maybe you want to do some more research on that person. Maybe you want to learn more about them. Klee is just a fascinating guy. I'm going to have a lot of painting to do. That's for sure. But I'm loving it. So did you guys choose warm or cool? Did you choose cityscape or the alphabet or the cat and bird? I know Jan Golden picked something, a different painting to be inspired by. That's so cool, because now I can't wait to see it. I mean, that's just it, isn't it? That we all are inspired, and that by each other sharing, that's the way your creativity grows, right? You're like, oh, I wouldn't have thought to put that color next to that color, or, ooh, look at that cool form, or that composition, or whatever the case may be. I am really loving it. You're doing all colors. Cool. I am really loving this, you guys. Like, so much. Green needs to go there. Like, it's fun to just find spots. Do you know what I mean? For color. But I want to do more of that, so I need to think about that. This green. There we go. Where was I just going to put something? There we go. Dark green can go right here. It's kind of like this artsy puzzle, you know? Finding a spot for everything. Oh, you did warm colors. Oh, 2 minutes. Keels, how did it go so fast? I like when there's like green, 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 that they kind of diagonally touch. Kind of like that. That's fun. Like a pattern within a pattern, you know what I mean? Okay, what did I do there? What did I do? Okay, so I colored some green, and then I did a little bit of blue on top of it, right? And then I mixed them. Hi, Connie. There we go. Yep. Let's see. We can do some green here. Oh, I just feel like it's going to be... I know, I know. I think so too. I think so too, Keels. That's so funny, because this morning Jeff's like, 2 hours, right? And I go, no, actually, I think this is a 1 hour class. Let me look. So yes, I think I have. I think I got all of my information out that I wanted to say about Paul Klee, but just know that you can, after you do this class, you can certainly go back and watch some of my old ones. Those are all there for, you know, from I think April, from April to December, we did 33 artists. So you can go back and follow any of those. I'm slowly working on labeling each one of those videos. It's a tedious task, and it's just like one more thing, but I am working on it. Just know that, so that you can jump in and follow whenever you'd like. Oh, I'm anxious to see your city, Sue. And you know, if you downloaded the Super Bowl art printable, I would love to see how you colored it, what you did with it. I'm gonna put mine in my this year's, like, my next art journal. Well, maybe I'll put it in here. I don't know. Because you know, there's always an empty page, isn't there? There's always an empty page. So there's always a spot. I mean, you could do it on the back cover, right? You could do it, you could put it on the front cover, on the back cover, wherever you ding dang please. I just like to, because then it's fun to just pull it out every now and again and look at what you created and how you did it, and and you will be inspired by your own creations. I promise you, you will. That's for sure. Because you'll be like, oh, I remember I did that cool color combination, or I remember I did that that grid pattern and I really liked it, and how can I do that again, and how can I no, Sue, you're gonna put it on my Facebook. That's the easiest place to do it. No, I don't know that there's a way that you can post it on my website. I don't think. No, just put it on my, put it on the group that you belong to, or on the Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook. I think, did you? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Did anybody see Jennifer's, so Jennifer, for Australian Jennifer, did a card with the art printable for a friend who's a crazy Kansas City Chiefs fan. So she made this card as a birthday card, but she said, I think maybe it should have been a sympathy card. I thought that was so cute and funny. So yeah, I think I love that we can inspire each other and, you know, come up with new ideas and new ways to use the products that we have, or a new cool, hey sis, how are you? A new product like Woody's. If you are looking for something new and fun to try, you might give Tracy a call at Papercraft Clubhouse and get yourself some Woodies. They're very cool. And I told you, I like something that I can use in many ways. You can use them as a colored pencil. You can use them as a crayon, and you can use them as watercolor. I mean, what's better than that? I do have a rainbowy page that I made a while ago, and I even made, like, I scribbled on my craft mat with my, oh, maybe I'll do that on here too. I scribbled with my craft mat with my Woody, and I made watercolor, and then I splattered all over my page. So cool. So cool. You know, I love me an open-ended tool, and Woodies are that for sure. And they're super light. They're super light. So if you know, someday when we're able to travel again, it might be a fun thing to take with you, you know, if you have limited space wherever wherever you may go. Am I over, Keels? Probably. Probably. This is so fun to fill in the blanks. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm finding little spots here and there to fill in with color. I'm probably way over. Am I? Oh. I know, Keels. I know. What are you going to do? Anyway, I hope that everybody is inspired by Mr. Paul Klee and will study about him a little bit more, and will keep continuing to create in his honor in your art journal or whatever substrate you have. I don't, it can be a composition book. It can be printer paper. It doesn't matter. I just want people to make art. I do. There's a diagnosed positive effect of just losing yourself in art. And so take care of yourself this week and make some art. Just for the fun of making art. Just play with color, and then I'm telling you, as you go along, you're going to be like, oh, I could do that technique on here. I could do that technique on here, right? Like you could, like I'm already thinking about a way that I can add text to this without text underneath. So I'm thinking about it. And I'm thinking about my mark making, and I'm, you know, things never change. Thank you all so much. I'm so grateful that you take this time out of your life to just hang with me for an hour or so. Don't forget, on Tuesday, I'll be introducing a new art printable. And to follow me and like me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We try really hard, myself and my team try really hard to keep fresh, inspiring content out there as much as we can. So have an amazing Saturday. It's very gloomy here today, so that's a perfect day to just sit at my table and make art. But I have some work to do, And at some point I could sweep my kitchen floor. I talk to you later. Bye.